Hello and welcome to another F1 Crash video by myself, Aaron. As per the first video, if you've watched it already, we're just trying to give back to the community on everything that I've learned over the past 3 seasons. So let's get into it. Today's video, what are we going to be talking about? So the big thing for me is using that 10% boost that you get every weekend on a certain driver that fluctuates and why it's important. So this week you will see that we have a 10% boost, and that boost is on Valtteri Bottas. Here we go. So my Valtteri Bottas is at level 7, and as you can see, he's not as good as the Pierre Gasly or Lando Norris that I currently use. So for me, you might think, well, there's no point me using Valtteri Bottas because he's worse than Pierre Gasly. What's the point? So here's the point, and this is why you should be doing it yourselves. So look at my team score. My team score is 1,635. That's pretty much my best team score using my best parts that I have available. So your team score is what matches you up mainly against opponents, and you'll get an opponent which could be 150 team score less up to 150 more. So really, I could face someone in the 1400s, or I could face someone in what might be the late 1700s. So one could be easy, one could be hard. So let's have a look now if I put Pierre Gasly in. Oh, sorry, take Pierre Gasly out. So 1635 is my team score. Now, my Valtteri Bottas, which is worse stats by 3 to Pierre Gasly, I'm going to put in. And my score drops from 1635 down to 1593. So that is a massive drop in team score. So instantly I'm going to be facing opponents that are 42, potentially less than what I was already facing before. And the driver is actually very, very similar. And it also brings down my increased chances. So any team that was 150 more is now about only 110 because I've knocked 40 team score off. But my driver is still the same. So my recommendation to you is, if your 10% driver each weekend isn't as good as your main driver, but only by a small bit, then use them, because you're really going to benefit from that team score lowering. It's going to make you have more of a chance when it comes to your duels. So let's kick into our race and let's see what we can get in a race, and I'll go through a bit more about the 10% drivers. So I've maxed Series 11, mainly usually start at the front, but what you should notice, if the team score matchup is okay, the difference in the level that I get. So let's see if we can find an opponent. We do. So we've got an opponent here who's only 50 team score different. So if you're using your max levels, that team score different probably won't make a massive amount of difference. Okay, so we're only talking 50 team score. It could be 150. Now let's see where we match up with a 50 difference. Now look at that already. Just based off a 50 team score difference, my Valtteri Bottas, who's my worst driver, starting 4th, and the others are starting in the 10s. So already it's my race to lose here. So let's get into it. I'm going to go, this is Zandvoort, so I haven't done anything on this yet. So my strategy is difficult first corner, medium, conserve for what is in theory 3 laps, and then boost for the final 4, as you'll see. So we'll get in the lead with Norris, and hopefully Bottas can get around the outside. He can. So 1 and 2 already. Now look at the opponent down in 10th and 11th. Hard and soft, different strategies. And already we're 4.5 seconds clear in the first couple of corners. So for me on this strategy, I boost down the straight every single time, because that's the main overtaking point on this track. So we'll get around here and we'll boost, and what I want to do is I do want to create a gap between Norris and Bottas, because they're on the same strategy. I want to make sure that I have enough gap between the two so I don't stack. I could have gone full boost with Bottas then to hold the positions, but look, Verstappen and Leclerc are on soft tyres. What does that mean? They're going to be fast at this stage. What does it also mean? that they're probably going to go mediums or hard for their next stint, whereas I'm going to go medium again but full boost. So there's a strong chance I'm going to catch back up to them. So we'll key in this place and we'll make sure we can keep first, and we'll give a boost to third so we don't drop again down to fourth. So Norris has pulled back, hopefully we don't glitch off the track. Not that time, and we'll drop down again. And then what we'll do is when we get to the finish, pretty much on this lap, we'll full boost all the way into pit. So you can see 2.7 second gap now to Bottas. I'm going to bring the Norris up a little bit because I want him to create that gap. We're going to boost Norris from there because I need to get around a 5 second gap. So let's see if we can get Norris in a comfortable. We'll pit this lap. The opponent AI should go into the pit. They have with both of them. Bottas goes through into 1-2. And now we've got a 5.3 gap. What did I tell you? Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, both went on to hard. So that's a considerably slow tyre on this. So we should be able to come flying back if we do drop behind them. But look at the opponent still. Just pitted, 12th. Still out there, 7th, probably going to drop down all the way back down to about 15th, 16th. And we're sitting there comfortably in 1-2 at the minute. So Norris will come back out. Comfortably in the lead. Bottas, just by going that medium longer, also jumps Verstappen because he's on the hard tyre and he's in trouble. And now we're boosting all the way to the finish as far as our fuel lets us. So easy 1-2. Opponent still going 5th and 11th, but no match. So that's the key thing, guys, is lower your team score, have similar drivers, and you too will starting ahead of your opponent. You won't maybe get 1 and 3, 1 and 4 like I have, starting grid, but you might get 15 and 16 while your opponent gets 19 and 20. Instantly 3 or 4 positions quicker. And that will see you through it. So I highly recommend you use this, and it's going to help you win more duels. You might still get someone in duels 50 ahead of you in team score, but you still might out-qualify them because your driver is boosted. Okay, so to give you a bit more context in the boosted drivers, so it's every weekend which selects 1 or 2 drivers. It has gone in the common order so far. And what happens is, every time there's a race GP in real life at the weekend, they're using the common order list to decide which driver that is. So I think the last time we maybe used Stroll, and now we're on to Bottas, and I think Ocon is potentially next. Whereas when there's no GP at the weekends and there's a blank in the F1 calendar, they'll do a team series event. So last time was McLaren, both drivers get the boost. And upcoming, we've got 3 teams left, so it may be something like Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, or in any particular order. So keep an eye out for that as we secure a 1-2, nice and easy. Look at the gap we've pulled, 15 seconds. And the key to Zandvoort is 2 ways. You either stay out and you push past all the soft tyres who have pitted on lap 3, or you pick lap 3 yourself, you go hard tyre and you boost as long as you can. You can either try the undercut or the overcut. It just depends on what all your AI opponent's tyre levels are starting. Okay, so what I'd say is give that a go. Look, 50 team score, we've finished 12 points ahead, and it is a massive thing to take advantage of. Don't ignore the fact that you can lower your team score and you're not even going to get penalised for it. You might not start right up the grid, but you'll certainly start seeing more duels where you start against your opponents higher. Okay, any questions on the video, please do let me know. Please reach out if you have any suggestions or want to hear more from my videos, and I'll get back to you, and I'll see you in the next upload. Thank you.